Hey, everybody, it's Sadie. Welcome to another episode of Sadie and Friends. Thank you so much for listening. It is so greatly appreciated. Be sure, if you are listening, do me a favor and spread the word about the podcast so it gets out to more people. But thank you to the people who are already listening. I'm so grateful to you. You can watch full episodes on the YouTube channel, and you can also download it on everywhere you get your favorite podcast. That's where you're going to find Sadie and Friends. But before we get started, I want to say a big thank you to one of our presenting sponsors, and that is Garage Door Service and Sales, garagedoorserviceandsales.com. Maybe you've been thinking to yourself, I want to make a change to my home, but that gets so expensive. That gets so overwhelming. Then you and your spouse can't decide if you're going to paint, and then what paint color. I personally, if we were to paint our house tomorrow, I'd want to just do all black, but I don't think that Ryan would go for that. So it's kind of like those kind of arguments, something that we do and we still to this day agree on, and we're so happy that we did, is we got a new garage door from Garage Door Service and Sales. We gave them a call. They're family owned and operated, locally owned and operated. And there are so many different garage doors to choose from. And when I say they change the look of your home, please believe me, because it's absolutely true. So Garage Door Service and Sales, a big thank you to them for being a show sponsor. So we can do this every single day. Well, not every day, but 5 days a week.
Sounds good.
No, it was good. I'm wearing blue because it was a bluey party. Bluey.
As in the
Like,
character?
Yeah, like if
Blue?
you happen to be watching the episodes, how exciting. I'm wearing a bluey sweatshirt because it was a bluey birthday party. And what's even more fucked up about it is that it was a 1-year party for my nephew's daughter. My nephew's daughter. What is going on? What? Yeah, I know.
You were just a baby when your sister was born. That's why. You were teeny. Your sister. You weren't even a baby.
Older.
She was 20 years older than you. That's why.
You know what?
There's no
and
other
she knows you, and so she'll be coming to you and going, "What the hell did you just say, Kelly?
You're 20 years older. What?
How dare you?
How dare you?"
Thank you, everybody, for listening to today's episode of Sadie and Friends. Be sure to do the automatic download, whether you're listening on Spotify or maybe Apple. I actually have also added it to iHeart. You can find it on that app. I know. Who would have thunk it?
I figured that'd be the first one, but okay.
I needed a little bit of time, and then I was like, fuck it. All right. So I did it. So if you're on that, you can look there, or you can, like I said, you can watch full episodes, including bonus content, like pictures of the people that Kelly's talking about, maybe crime scene photos. I try to do some deep digging because she worked so hard on this, and I just appreciate you so much, Kelly. And in case this is the first episode you've heard of Murder Monday, we're able to do it because Kelly does deep dives into murders for her own podcast. It's called ODFM, and it's available all the places that I just said. Yep. And probably even more, really, wherever you get your favorite podcast. And she talks murder. So every Monday she comes onto the show. She's kind enough, and she gives me a murder because I'm such a creep. And I love that now you are like sending me things, like you're like sliding into my DMs, like, look at this crazy dude. And I'm like,
beheaded
oh
people.
My gosh.
Yeah.
So it's Murder Monday with Kelly, host of ODFM. Kelly, go ahead.
I was just going to say, I think I sent you one of another person who had woken up while they were being buried.
Yes, because let's see, it wasn't last Friday. It was last week. It was last week we spoke with a girl who that happened. She went to get surgery, and she was supposed to wake up in recovery, and she woke up in the morgue. Okay, Sarah, pause here. You wake up from surgery.
Yes.
And you're like, it is so cold in here. And then when did it dawn on you, like, this isn't normal where I'm at right now?
It didn't, because
you were so young.
I was so young. I never freaked out until I was, not even when I was older, but I didn't realize where I was until I was older.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so you're laying there, you're in a room. clearly they've taken you to the morgue on accident.
Yes, but I didn't know. I was in a room. I remember seeing like metal filing cabinets in my brain everywhere.
Those were bodies, Sarah.
Oh,
Probably.
No idea.
Were
You had no
finding people.
idea. I bet the filing cabinet, she's talking about the drawers.
Right.
And she couldn't figure out why. The story is out of control. It's crazy. It's a couple episodes ago. So be sure, if you haven't listened to it yet, be sure to go back and listen to it. Her name is Sarah. And yeah, they thought she was dead, but she wasn't even dead.
No.
And she was in the morgue. And what if, oh my God, so much could have gone wrong. It's a trip.
So many problems. Yeah. Anyway, yeah.
So now Kelly is sending me things on social media about people who get sent to the morgue, and it's actually a lot less. It's actually a lot more common than you would even think. Anyway, it's Murder Monday, in case you haven't guessed it with our banter. And Kelly, what murder do we have this week?
Well, okay, so this week we're going to dive into the world of influencers. All
awful people. So gross.
So gross.
You know what? At my old job, they would say you have to put on your email influencer, and I would not do it because I'm like, what are you talking about? That isn't even a thing. And apparently it is a thing, but I will not say that that's a thing because you're
not going to do it.
No, I felt so weird. Everyone else did it. They were like, blah, 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 so-and-so influencer.
I totally influence everyone. No,
I said I will not have any of that. Anyway.
Good for you. Good for you. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Stood my ground.
You're one of the rare, because a lot of people, their goal is to become an influencer. Like all the young people, they're hoping to live this life of luxury with the perfect makeup, the perfect look, the perfect life. It's all fake, by the way, but it looks perfect. Yeah. And these influencers, they often get approached by brands hoping to partner with them so that the influencer push their followers to buy their products, all that kind of shit.
Yeah.
On their social media platforms, which it freaking works. Cause I'm like, wow, that makeup looks great on them. And I try it and I'm like, obviously.
Yeah, but you know what? I will buy a product if I trust someone who talks about it. You know what I mean? Like,
absolutely. They're trying it on. Yeah.
There are some products where I am like, I will not buy any of that nonsense because this person, I mean, it totally works on a certain level if you can get to a certain level. Yeah.
Yeah. That's like, yeah, mine I won't use is Goop because of Gwyneth Paltrow.
Yeah. Plus, that's an ugly name.
Goop.
And Kourtney Kardashian's is Poosh. Which just makes me think of like a vagina.
Punani. Yeah.
Yes.
Punani.
Is that what that is? Is that what it's supposed to be though?
I don't want to look into it because then I'll get all the ads.
Or maybe we're just bitter bitches because they are so much richer than we are. Anyway, we got to move on from our anger.
All right. Yes. So for businesses, using influencers as part of their marketing has become a pivotal tool, which kind of drives me nuts in their marketing plans, but it works. And the trend's not going to slow down. It's going to get bigger.
It's definitely it's different. Yeah.
It's weird. However, there's been something of a dark side that's starting to happen in the pinnacle of jobs of being an influencer. So these people they're pretty much ripe fruit for stalkers who become obsessed with them. I mean, they're usually these beautiful, perfect looking people. And
they're also, they have to, on some level, be very open about where they're going to be. They're not quite usually big enough to have like a security person with them, but they are but they are trying to get people to like, hey, they hired me to come to this bookstore, so everyone should come to the bookstore. So
actually they're even more at risk just because of that. They don't have enough money quite yet to get the security, like you're saying, and they tend to be young and attractive, and when they're interacting with their followers, it's part of the key to their success. So they don't really ghost people. They've got to pretend
they gotta
to be
hustle.
their friend. Yeah,
you gotta hustle.
Yeah. So this is where the danger lies. Like, who do you trust, and how long before you block that fucker out? Because they're scary. But
I once had a guy write a poem about me having his babies, and we lived on a beach. I know. It was so weird.
Whoa.
And I just always try to be nice to everybody. And this guy just took that as we're going to probably have some babies. And I had to be like, the car door shut.
Wow.
Slam that. And I
Yeah.
locked the car door. I was like, you can't even get in the car.
No, we're blocking everywhere.
I drove away, sir.
Yikes.
It's true. But yeah, people get, they
think
feel
know
like
you.
they know you.
Yeah. Like they're part of your life. Yeah. So this one actually happens in Germany. And due to German privacy laws, only the first name and first initial of the last name is released. So that's throughout this whole story.
Okay.
So they have weird names because they're not American, and we only think American names are normal. So there's Sharabon K. She is this beauty blogger and influencer. She's often connected with others to collaborate for more followers, as they do. She's this gorgeous German Iraqi woman with long, straight black hair. She's got that beautiful complexion, sharp, symmetrical facial lines, all that beautiful.
Like Princess Jasmine. She
yes.
looks like Princess Jasmine.
Yes. A lot. Okay. Yeah. Gorgeous. And her style and her grooming's reflected to work. I mean, she works as a beauty blogger. So people are like watching her to get tips. And she does like the makeup application ones and the trendy fashion. So I'd probably get sucked in. But Sherry.
Be like, I'm not your nationality, but can you show me how to look just like you?
Can you make me look like
Can I look like Princess Jasmine as a fully white woman with blonde hair?
With blonde
That's what
hair.
Kelly's saying. How do I do that? Oh, this blogger can only do so many things. But go
She's
ahead.
like, I'm not magic like Alibaba, but or what wasn't it? What was
Are you
name?
drunk? It's Aladdin, the genie. Alibaba. You are
no,
I'm drinking?
This is my only one because my
First of all,
husband
and
stole
also,
all the others. So
yeah,
White
and
Claw.
White Claw
He bought
is
it.
not even
He
like a
bought
thing.
the White Claw.
Who drinks White Claw?
I like the stuff from well, I actually don't like it, but I just drink it. It's from Costco, like their seltzer, that because it's so fucking cheap.
Yeah, but does it work? I don't know am I an elephant where I have to have, for me to get drunk off of a White Claw, I think I'd have to have, I know, but like, and that's another thing.
10.
If I'm going to drink, it's because I need some sort of like social lubricant or, like I just want to loosen up a little bit.
Yeah.
And so I'm not drinking for flavor. I just want you to punch me in the face with some vodka.
You want shots.
Just give me a couple shots
girl.
and then I'm okay and I'm level. And that sounds probably incredibly unhealthy, but it's just how I
probably
function.
Healthier than having.
But Kelly's the one drinking right now, not chemicals.
Me. True, I am. I had to grab it because it was the last one, and my husband was going to grab it. So,
no, that's totally
desperation,
fair.
right?
Yeah, desperate measures.
Yeah.
So continue on. She's this beautiful Parisian sounding like
goddess,
beauty blogger and influencer.
Yeah. Gorgeous. She lives in Munich, Germany at this point, and she had some personal challenges in her life. Challenges. I really am not drunk. I just haven't spoken today.
Well, now that I'm seeing it, I can't unsee it.
All right, Kelly. But she has these challenges, and they keep her, she feels like they're keeping her from reaching her full potential. So for one, she was raised and lived within the Yazidi religious community in Germany. So the Yazidis, they're a Kurdish religious minority, and they have stringent expectations regarding marriage, like prohibitions against divorce and mandates to marry within the faith, like you're not to go out of your faith to marry. Oof. And individuals in the they often marry really young. And matches are often made based on social status. So I have a feeling it's kind of like you are going to marry this boy.
It's an arranged marriage. Okay.
And these marriages are considered to be for life. So you're not getting out. And often if there's disputes within marriages, this is the worst part. Both families in the culture will lead long, complicated mediation attempts.
I would just never get married. I would just never get married. That sounds like the ultimate nightmare.
Hell. Everybody, let's get together. We're going to fix your marriage.
First of all, that started as a strong
I
accent,
was
and then you
gonna.
just fell off a
I
cliff,
was
and I
gonna
don't even
because
know
I
where you
was like, that's probably offensive, so I'm not gonna go with that. So if a marriage had ended, it's often the people get expulsion from the
like
community.
they're
They
out.
do
No
not. Yeah,
one.
right.
Okay.
And they're kind of a really tight group. So being excluded from that is like your whole life, you're almost starting over. And I'm
Yeah.
guessing it happens more to women than men in this culture, but
I wouldn't even believe that, though. Every
no.
place is better for women than men.
Right.
In the
world is so
world.
equal.
I'm probably gonna
Yes.
edit that out so we don't piss people off. Okay.
I know. Okay, so this is the complication that Sharaban is living. She's 24 years old, but she's already been married because they marry at like, I don't know, I'm guessing 18, maybe earlier.
Yeah. I mean, if both families are involved, you can marry you can marry at 16 in some states, right? If your
Yeah.
parents sign for it.
Yeah. I had a friend that got married at 15.
I didn't think
They're
they'd
still
reach
married.
below. Okay, wait. But what's the lowest you can go? Because
I
at
don't
some point
know.
it's a child abuse
Yeah.
thing.
Right.
And I
Well,
would
both,
assume 15 would be child.
right. But they were both 15.
I
I know, right?
That's
But
so
it's so
weird.
weird.
Hey, but they made it, those crazy
They're
kids.
still together and they have like 5 kids. Holy
Well, what
fuck.
else
They
do
have
you
a
have
lot
to
of kids.
do?
So Sharbon had recently separated from her husband, and her family was not having it. So not good. And her husband kicks her out of their shared apartment because, of course, he's in
He
charge.
sucks, it sounds like.
He
really
sucks.
sucks.
Yeah. I'm sure she was horribly sad. But he kicks her out. So she has to move back in with her very controlling parents. Oh, not very fun, especially 24 years old. And she's trying to give this independent air as this blogger. It just,
And like, my life is beautiful, because that's what people get
right.
sucked into. They get sucked I mean, I get sucked into people
Mhm.
cleaning their cabinets out and doing these mega, like, storage
Totally. Yeah.
situations. I'm like, holy shit, who lives like this and what? And
And it's
that's
my
what
house.
yeah, and that's what these bloggers do. I mean, they
Yeah. They
they
have
want you
these
to
perfect
yeah.
lives. It looks like the ethereal pinnacle of life that you must want to reach is theirs. But yeah, she didn't have a great life. So on August 16th of 2022, Charbon told her parents
Like, Kelly, 2222 hasn't happened yet.
2020. Yeah,
She's
God, I'm
drunk,
not ready.
guys. She is drunk.
I've had a half a White Claw.
Oh, dear
Can't
God.
handle my shit. So she, on that day, in August 16th, 2022, Charbon tells her parents, I am traveling to Ingolstadt to meet with her estranged husband to talk through things. And so they're, of course, like, yes, go meet with this estranged husband in
Yeah.
Ingolstadt. So when she didn't return home that night, Charbon's parents become concerned, of course. So they decide they're going to go search for her.
Mhm.
And they know the path she likely took, so they drive on their way to Ingolstadt to look for any sign of her. I'm trying to do the German accent for you because I figured you'll relate more.
I am
Yeah,
German.
I
Thank you.
know. Yeah.
You could
We
tell
are
just
going
by
to
looking at my
Ingolstadt.
feet. But first of all, why did I say she looks like Princess Jasmine? Probably, if she's
does,
German.
but
She
was
does?
German Iraqi, so you must have pulled that out. Yeah,
Okay.
you pulled it out from
Okay. I
somewhere.
was like,
it
"Oh my
wasn't just
God."
out of your ass. Yeah, she has that look. So
Okay, go
these
ahead.
parents, they go down to Ingolstadt and they look for her and they get lucky and spot her Mercedes coupe parked in a quiet neighborhood near the Danube River. So they're like, oh, she must be here somewhere. They go look in the car and they couldn't have imagined what they would see when they did.
It was
Ugh.
her. It was her.
Well, inside this bloody mess. And
Oh.
obviously there's a dead woman in there, long black hair, but she had been stabbed over 50 times. And while it looks like Charbon with her long black hair, many of the stab wounds were on the face and she was unrecognizable. So, yeah, which kind of made me think instantly of stalkers or those people who are so obsessed with women, they want to disfigure them so badly, you know?
Oh, it's a scary world out there. It really is. You know what? And I joke about it, but it's really true. I very, very rarely leave my home because of weird ass mofos. And maybe that means I live in fear, and I guess it does. But you hear on the news, it's like someone walked up to someone, threw acid on their face, and you're like, what? Huh? What about the people that are just hanging out and someone takes drugs and then eats their face? Like, why?
No.
It's just no. I enjoy my home.
I'm with you. I like my bubble. So
but back to the woman who passed. It's not about us, Kelly.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So around the scene, this is weird because all the information I could get was knives were found in the area, but they said none of them were the actual murder weapon. So I'm like, are there just like rando knives all over along this road or what?
Yeah.
So weird that they said that. So officials and Charbon's parents, they make an announcement that the body of Charbon had been found and say it's her, the beauty blogger, and that she'd been involved in a violent crime. And they're asking for the public to get help and to get answers as to what happened. But then the body goes in for an autopsy. And the medical examiner is just freaking baffled when he runs the fingerprints and they don't match those on file for Charbon.
It was a different woman? Yeah. In her car?
In her car, which is weird.
That is weird.
And so he's like, okay, this got to be a fluke. So they run dental records and DNA tests, and that solidifies it is not Charbon. Fucking weird.
Who is still missing?
Who's still missing. So now they have this body and should, for all intents and purposes, have been Charbon, but science has proven that it's not. And the mystery doppelganger, because she really does resemble, I mean, even though she's been disfigured, she really did look like her.
Do you think I'll be able to find pictures for the Oh, geez.
There are pictures of her, not of the crime scene, of course. But
sure, no. But I'll find as many pictures of this case as I can. But I mean, but I say I doubt I'll find anything that rough. But this is the internet we're talking about.
True.
You never know. Sometimes stuff pops up, and I think, what? I didn't want to see
possible? That. I know. I think Germany's a little more stringent with their stuff than we are here. Good. So you should probably be okay.
Okay.
So police start by looking for other missing persons in the area, like somebody. Who is this? Who the fuck is this? So one woman who had been reported missing looked like she could be Charbon's close sibling. She looked so much like her that it was weird. So her name is Khadija O. She's this Algerian-born beauty who at a point lived in Epigen, Germany. So Khadija has this long, glossy black hair, perfect warm olive skin, and full pouty lips.
Yeah.
She's one of the women all the other women want to be like. And weirdly, she is also a beauty influencer.
What?
What the fuck is happening?
So they're in Germany. They're both
both beauty, and they both are like of Middle Eastern descent, too.
Right. That's what I think is crazy too.
So many similarities.
It could be her sister. Okay.
Yeah. And she is also all about beauty. She does the makeup posts, the skincare tutorials, and she has a big follower count. Both women do the same thing. They live in Germany, only about 100 miles from one another. I was like, what are the fucking odds?
But every story you tell, Kelly, I always think, what are the odds of that? But there are always weird odds with your stories. So.
That's true. I make them up. I'm just kidding. Yeah, the one
I just keep every week believing you.
I mean, I'm that good. But I think of those makeup tutorials. Like, I don't know if you watch them where they turn their face into looking like someone completely different.
Insane. Yeah. It's like a random woman and then she turns herself into Johnny Depp and you're like, just with some contouring.
What? I know.
And I don't even know how to do any of that. I can't even do basic makeup.
I can't even make myself look like me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So people go in and start to look at Khadija's records and they test them to compare the body to her. And it is Khadija and not Charbon.
But Khadija was found in Charbon's car?
Yes. So they're like, okay, something's super sus. So
because the other girl
Yeah.
Super sus. Okay.
Because my kids will be so annoyed by me saying that.
Okay.
So sus.
Sus,
Yeah.
sus. I'm gonna do it like the Pepsi guy. Sus, 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 sus. Oh my God, I feel old. And also the original girl is still missing. So there's the dead girl, and then there's the other girl. She's there.
Right.
No one knows where she's at either. Okay.
What the fuck is happening? So this is like, like her virtual twin ends up being dead in her car. How is this possible? And there's no sign of Sherabon. Can't find her anywhere. So they decide, okay, we can look into Sherabon's cell phone and online accounts. At least we can maybe get a tracking of what she was last doing. Sherabon had recently been creating fake Instagram profiles over the previous few weeks. Doesn't everyone?
Who cares? That's not a big deal.
Well, from these accounts, she's contacting women who strangely looked similar to her. And and she would try to convince these women to meet up with her in a variety of schemes. So since these were often beauty influencers, she'd say she wanted to give them free makeup to review on their channels or things like that, Oh,
yeah. She was like talking the talk and hanging that cheese in front of these thirsty folk. Oh, gosh.
She was.
Okay.
But she didn't end up meeting with anyone except for one, Khadijah. So when she first contacted Khadijah, it was August 9th. So it was only like a couple weeks before this, or even a week before this. She told Khadijah that she was working with a German rapper called Loon, and that
God, every parent's worst nightmare.
Totally. Fuck, another rapper. So she says, yeah, I'm working with this Loon. He's interested in having you be one of the models.
A German rapper. Guy's a German rapper. That's all I'm laughing about. I'm not laughing about, I like rap music. I think it's great, but I could only imagine German rap would just be so stupid. Oh.
Yeah.
Stop
doing
sound like accents,
that?
Kelly. They're not
I love
good.
accents. Come on. It will work on them. Okay.
No, I don't. Okay, back to the dead girl.
Okay. All right. So she's making all these fake Instagram accounts. She says, okay, I'm working with Loon. He wants to see you in his next video. And Khadijah's a lot smart. She does her due diligence and she contacted Loon herself. Like messaged him.
She's like, so dumb. I just show up and be like, where's he at?
Sweet, let's do it.
I'm ready to pop and lock.
Torque the shit out of this.
They'd be like, we're not even gonna kill this bitch.
She's just too stupid. Let her go.
Yeah, she'll kill her. So she looks into this rapper, and what does she find?
Actually reaches out to him, and he's like, "Yeah, no, that is fake. That is a scam. Ignore it." So, but it.
If the guy, if it came straight from the mouth of the person, oh no, I don't want you in my music video.
Never mind. Okay. That hurts a little bit. You're right. But it doesn't stop Sherabon. She is determined to meet up with Khadijah. And so she creates another fake Instagram account and assumed this fake identity and contacts Khadijah again. This time she says she's the owner of a brand new cosmetics studio and she wants to give Khadijah a free treatment at her salon in exchange for publicity on her Instagram profile, which totally sounds legit. Like totally legit. Yeah, Khadijah hesitates at first, but don't you need a drink?
Okay.
All right. So she's not sure if she should trust going to see people in person. She doesn't really do that, but she does agree to meet up with this quote unquote salon owner. So Sherabon, she wasn't planning on meeting up with her ex-husband like she told her parents. Instead, she met up with a new boyfriend, Shakir.
Oh my God. What?
I know. Parents would be so mad. So mad. She'd be in so much trouble.
Kind of sounds hot though, but keep going.
I know. So she had gone and picked up Shakir, and the couple drive 100 miles to Ingolstadt to pick up Khadijah from her apartment. And when they're driving Khadijah to the fake salon for the appointment, they pull over to this wooded area where they attack her. In those fucking wooded areas.
Oh,
woods.
why did Khadijah have to ride with them? That would be
I
number
know.
one. I'd be
Couldn't
like,
she
no,
just
where
meet
am I
them there?
meeting you? And is it in a
Right.
public area? Am I getting my facial?
True. Yeah, and
You
why
know?
wouldn't she, be like, "I'll
If
just
the
meet you
own
there for
Yeah, if
safety."
the owner was like, just jump in and we'll pick,
Yeah,
I'd be like,
we'll pick you up.
no. No, that's weird.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, so they pick her up. Maybe I don't know, maybe a lot of them don't have cars, they have a lot better public transport over there. So maybe,
I
but
don't know. That just
then
seems
again, you could
weird.
still, yeah. But they attack her. They first hit her in the head with something heavy, knock her to the ground, and then stab her 56 times. Both of them do together.
Jeez.
So Sherbon, she had to make sure to disfigure Khadijah's face enough to make her unrecognizable so that it's not obvious who she is. So then they put Khadijah's body in the back of the car and park it where Sharbon's parents later find it. And police are also getting calls. They had asked for tips. So they're also getting calls about sightings of Sharbon all over Germany. So they're like, what the
So
fuck is happening?
She's not like laying low.
Not at all. No.
You dumbass Charbon.
In fact, at a local pizzeria in that area.
Ew, who eats after that? That's how you know this person is psychotic, is how could you eat after that?
After seeing that? And
it's Italian food, you know what I mean? Like
red.
maybe a pita or a sandwich, but like what the
Yep. So they are found at this pizzeria, Shakir and Sherbon, and they're arrested by police. So I don't know why they didn't leave the country. Come on. Get smart about that one thing. Of course, people are going to recognize you. Your pictures everywhere. So
what is going? Yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay.
So both suspects are charged with first-degree murder and are facing life in prison. And Sherbon, when she's being interviewed, she admits she wanted to fake her own death to escape this oppressive community that she was in. And that was her plan, was to find someone that looked enough like her that she could just disappear. I guess she kind of forgot that everybody's fingerprints are taken there and
yeah, but how that is so sad.
So
that girl just wanted a free hot stone massage to get away for a little bit, and I bet they told her all kinds of whatever she wanted to hear. Free champagne and hot towels. And then they killed her, and then they went to an Italian restaurant to eat. What? That's
bitches.
just those
they're just
assholes.
Bitches. So when they're looking into Sherbon more, they're able to also charge her with plotting to hire a contract killer who she had wanted to kill her former husband's brother. Yes, that was so it was her husband's brother that she wanted killed. And it was kind of a little vague of why? They didn't really say why or even who he was. They had called him like her former partner's brother, but I kind of dug around and finally found that it was her brother or her husband's brother. So
yeah,
I don't know why.
Okay.
She and Shakir had even paid a 5,000 euro deposit to this hitman, but it never carried it out. And it's not like he could go to the police like, hey,
he owes me 5,000 euros because he didn't murder the person I asked him to.
Either do the job or get my money back. So
of course you're going to steal the money and never do it.
Right. Of course. Don't ask me in the first place, but just give me the money. So in January of 2024, the trial for the couple begins. However, defense attorneys are successful in getting the trial delayed, claiming they have newly submitted documents. So for now, I think the pair is just awaiting their day in court. I could not find any updates as to when their court trial is or anything. And I know in other countries, trials can be.
You know what makes me a disgusting human being? The fact, a lot of things, but
I was going to say, I got to get my list.
Thanks, Kelly. But no, the fact that if this chick did like a video blog of how to look pretty in prison and use, toilet water to make your pores close, I'd watch it. I'd be like,
I bet she'd do that.
Prison lady's doing a video again. And isn't that sad about society or just me? I mean, I don't even know if I want to go so far as blame society, but isn't that sad about me?
It's so sad about you. I'm so sorry.
It's like this poor girl died and then she was murdered. And I'm like, what is she?
But you kind of want to get into that psyche of that person. Like, why would you go to those lengths. You would rather be in prison than be with your family, which they do sound like a prison in themselves, but
yeah, you do have
Come
to
on.
feel for her with the stringent,
Parents, yeah.
situation. I mean, that has got to be incredibly hard to be kind of married off to somebody if you don't want to
Yeah.
be with them. But I mean, like, what did this other girl do? You totally screwed her over. She
Totally.
should have just met with Shakira and gotten on a fucking plane and left
Yes.
town and
Yes.
left the country, just
Go
been
fucking do
gone.
something. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, she had a Mercedes coupe. Sell that. Go do something else. You could have made money.
Move on.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm
Isn't that a
sad.
sad? I know. It's such a sad story that this beautiful woman lost her life to another beautiful woman just because of she looked like her.
And like how kidnappers will get kids in a car and be like, I have candy or I have puppies. If you just offer a basic bitch like a hot stone massage,
Oh,
I'll ride with
hands
you.
down.
Fine.
Yeah.
I
Excuse
mean,
me?
like, I
Yes.
think that's kind of, she got scammed and it
She
was the
totally got
ultimate
scammed.
scam.
I know. Her whole life. It was just that they wanted to kill her. It just shocked me that there was no other motive, like money or anything. It's just because she looked like her to fake her death. And she did a really shitty job. They should have probably burned the car.
Well, also, can I just say, not to sound gross, they should have cut her fingers off. So
I
there
know.
was no, like.
I wonder if Germany has because it sounds like they had both their DNA on database. So maybe when babies are born, they take things like that because they have all their fingerprints and
Oh.
everything. It's not
I
like
know,
here.
but if she, am I dumb where I'm saying if she doesn't have fingers, you can't test that shit.
You can for DNA, but not for the fingers or fingerprints, but
Oh,
the
okay.
dental
Yeah.
records too.
Yeah,
And
you're right.
bones don't tend to burn, so they usually can find the teeth. So that's a problem too. We're screwed.
Why did this all of a sudden become us planning a murder? I don't want to murder anybody.
I don't know, but we'll just point out all the things they did wrong and what not to do.
So they're waiting to go on. They're on trial, right? They're waiting.
I think they're still waiting because the last attempt was in January of this year. So
wow,
hopefully it's happening soon. Yeah. I know not all countries get through trials as quick as we do, even though ours seem to take forever. But wow, it's getting dark in your room. You're fading.
My TV on. Good night. No, the TV is on and it's on the screen where it changes and it just changed like turtle. And
I was like, there she goes.
I'm underwater now. Yeah, when I'm done talking to people, I just slowly just turn the lights off and lay down.
Go to bed.
Kelly, thank you so much for today's really bizarre. Again, I love it because every time I talk to you, I always think we're going to go one way and then we end up going like in a completely different direction.
Freaking twists, right?
So many twists.
You thought I was going to say Sharaban was missing and her husband did it or her family did it. Nope.
No.
She did it.
That's what she did it. Oh my God. Twists and turns. That's what you get on Murder Monday. Thank you, Kelly.
Fun. Yes, thanks for having me.
Go check out her podcast, ODFM, on all of the platforms where you find your favorite podcasts. There are like hundreds of episodes banked of these little murder tidbits. So be sure to go and try some out. That sounds gross.
I know, but it's fun.
Go try some.
Go try
That's
some.
it. We'll see you next week, Kelly.
See you next week. Bye.
Bye. We did it! That's it for today's episode of Sadie and Friends. Thank you so much for listening. If you've yet to do so, would you mind clicking that automatic download button? It just means so much. And then as we grow, it's just more opportunity, more people that I'm able to reach and talk to about their story, just more interesting things. And this week is no different. I'm so excited for you guys to hear everything that I have lined up. So hit that automatic download so you don't miss a show. And with over 200 episodes, you can definitely do some binging or maybe go revisit if there's something that you want to hear again. And you can always send me in the comments on social media. You can let me know what you want to hear, topic ideas, or just something that you would like to hear a different take on. Just search for Sadie and Friends across all social media platforms. And before I say goodbye, I have to thank, of course, some ride or dies. It's Christiana Salon Spa. At Christiana Salon Spa, they're located in Johnstown. And you walk in there, and if you just mention the podcast, you're going to get 10% off right off the top. 10% off. So if you're going to get your hair done, maybe a new style for the holiday season, this is like the time of the year where I know I start really thinking about how I look. I know that sounds a little bit annoying, but what I mean is lots of pictures, because you're going to Christmas parties and you're going to family functions, and it just seems like there's so much going on in the month of December. And so book your spot at Christiana Salon Spa. Maybe you're looking for a gift. The perfect stocking stuffer would be a gift card, and then whoop, 10% off of that. That's kind of my gift to you as well. It's a double gift. So you have to put my name on the card as well. ChristianaSalonSpa.com. Mention the podcast, 10% off.